I'll be in 6. Oh, good morning, I'm gonna make a toothpaste.
It's Halloween.
I almost messed it up, but I know it's coming. Oh well. No practice, yo. 14. Love it. Makes Budka sound like she's underwater. Blurg.
Oh ho! I am the French Onion, and I have been kidnapped. I sound a little bit more than French, but more like I am from the Bayou. Welcome everybody to the Nerdy Effect 4.0. My mouth, I'm not quite. I'm kind of leading a little bit. I got issues, but yeah, I am the real French Onion. That is me. I am back. I had to adjust, but I am the real French Onion. Look at me. Do you need a mustache on your ride? Let me look at the camera. Mustache on your ride. There we go. Reverse Pac-Man. Wah, 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 wah.
Virginia with a little cow there.
Aye. But it's not for your stream. It is for your country. And also for your potassium. I am the Braveheart banana or banana Braveheart. It is good to see ya, lattes. Welcome to the Nerdy Effect. We are back in a hole. No, I'm not going to talk like this the whole time. But we got ourselves a sword. Moonwalk Pac-Man. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Nerdy Effect. Tonight, I am I want to say Scottish banana, but it's definitely the Braveheart banana.
I said you're the Scottish banana.
But anyway, welcome to the show. Lethal, good to have you up in here, man. I'm not even joking. I've honestly missed the absolute hell out of you, dude. And I'm so glad you started streaming the Fractured Butthole. What's going on, Mercenaries? Hard. Ooh, banana Braveheart. Love it. Thank you. It's always good when we get the approval of the Budka. I'm waiting for Listwitz to come in here because I got to give a smack snack to him. Hello, everybody. What's going on, bros? Banana Heart. Aphasia gets it. Banana kilt. Yes, banana kilt. I wish
Let's
partly...
make it simple. It's banana killed.
Partly I wish that it was yellow, but it's not, so you just gotta get what it is. Billy Clayton, what's going on, my man? I don't know how long I'll be able to stand in this, but as you can tell, I'm kind of erect. It's probably because Jax is here, and she has that spare room that makes you feel like you're kind of in danger, so it's always good to have.
Like he's watching an episode from hell.
Banana freedom, there he is. Mr. Freddy's ready.
Do they have bananas in hell?
Yeah, do they have bananas in Freddy's?
I have a thing for fried bananas.
I know, but see that you know I am there, Mister, when I trouser snake. I'm deaf because of Freddy. If you guys do not know, Mr. Freddy is now an official streamer. He's always been in the streaming community. He's always played games, mainly horror games that I can't, and he always brings that weird edginess to everything. But now I can officially welcome him into the streaming community because he actually has a full content show that is better than anyone could have ever expected. If you have not checked out Freddy's Ready on YouTube right after Moneymaker each Tuesday night, you are seriously doing yourself an injustice. What's going on? Latino Mac Dastardly Squad. I love that. That's a fantastic name.
Lethal said he's going to stream tonight. So
good. Awesome, man. Lethal, I can't wait to check it out, man. Watching you play the Fractured Butthole last night makes me kind of want to get it. I haven't played a South Park game since the N64, but I kind of really want to play it. It seems fun, interactive, and it seems like it's way up my alley. What's going on, Norville Rogers? How you guys doing? It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Where you at? Where you at? Moneymaker taught me how to dance. Almost scary as chickens, Freddy. All right, so we'll bring the banana up, bring the banana down from time to time, but for right now, it's got to go down, and you guys get some crazy hair going on.
Sometimes the banana goes down, but the banana will come back up again.
Exactly. Now it looks like I'm wearing a weird...
Now you're just making dirty jokes, and you're not even hearing yourself.
No, what this looks like... Number one, looks like I have tits, and believe me, I have fake tits I could strap on, but... It actually,
Yeah, Andy Dino wants to know if this is actually the gun show.
Andy Dino. What's going on, Fred? How you doing? Oh, my God, the Harley and Mr. Dre extravaganza. If you guys have not checked out that show, it is fantastically creepy on an awesome level. And it's the kind of show that... I love Halloween. That's why every year I do multiple costume changes and stuff like that on Halloween through October for Halloween month. But that show, what you guys do, that scarecrow thing with the teeth, dude. But like that, I want that year round. I never want Halloween to end at some sort. So if you guys do decide to continue streaming, please keep it Halloween themed. No, not fuck Texas. Fuck you. I hang babies. That's terrible. DHMI. That's right. Sam. It's not really Sam. All right. What's going on, Chad? I saw you up there, man. So,
singing Mr. Game or something. Sing Mr. Singing Game or something.
Sing Mr. Singing Game or something. All right, here we go. This is for Singing Gamer only. It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Where you at? You know what's fun is I'm actually wearing this kilt traditional tonight, and every time I swung, my balls hit my taint.
Hey. Mrs. Trees could totally make artwork out of you.
Oh, you're right. Here, I'll send this to you. I'll send this to you, and then you can tattoo stuff on it. We have 2 more nights of Halloween special, Saturday and Tuesday. That is not what I require. I require you to be on year round.
The amazing.
Oh, it's changing. It's been forever since I've done anything sort of Metallica related, so I figure why not? What's going on, Awesome Sauce? How you doing? Yay, Dallas. Somebody wants an ass whooping. I haven't been to Dallas in forever. It's like 5 hours from me. So driving through Dallas was, we're not even talking about it. Sweet. I know. Lick bows. My balls always touch my taint. There you go. Go Scotland. There we go. What's going on? Leroy Gafford. You know,
it doesn't have the same ring to it.
No, it does. My voice was destroyed Monday. I don't know why. I still think it's too much Belgian dick. But my voice was destroyed, and just today I finally regained the ability to talk properly.
Oh, pot ass.
And we are on after that every Wednesday and Sunday, but always Halloween fun, lots of characters. Yes, never, I think that you could definitely do it. Like maybe on Christmas time, you could do like a horror Christmas. Pretend I have puppets. Sister Titties.
Belgian dick.
What homo? It's been a while. The amazing, what's his name, Daya?
Dildo.
The amazing dildo. It's been a while. Where were you last weekend? Granny boobs. Well, I mean, there. I mean, I can't make it any tighter. That's not how this works. You have an abundance of wrench. Oh, there you go. Yes, Chad. That's how this works. We got you all the way. I love what you guys do. I think it's fantastic. I wish that I could tune in more often than just the archives, but from what I've seen, it's awesome. So, Leroy, dude, you pretty much got all my voice on that, so you're welcome. Creepy Snowman. Yeah, see, Dave Party Rock gets it, man. Oh, my God. Open up, pop. What's going on, Ted? Missed your last stream. It's all right, my man. It's all right. There's archives. There's plenty of other stuff. All right, so let's get to talking about it. Let's get some of the behind the scenes that happened with Nerdfest 2017 out of the way. Let me tell you what I experienced. If you guys watch Moneymaker, Listwitz, or Dr. Jekyll, you got a little bit of a taste, but for some reason they all seem to default to me, except for Listwitz, who can't even tell a story properly. Listwitz isn't in here, so I can tell you. The dude literally is huge. He's like Sasquatch. The guy is gigantic, but up there, apparently the air is a lot thinner, and he thinks that I am shorter than Moneymaker. And I'm like, no, I could put my arm on Moneymaker's head and be like, geek to chic? Okay, I get you. How's my armpit smell? Like, I don't know why. I don't get that. Like, Vinny is maybe like this much taller than me, but I'm like this much taller than Moneymaker. And
that much taller.
Yeah, and then like in his show, he's like, let's see, I guess the closest tallest to me is Vinny, and then Moneymaker. Bitch, please. Like, Dr. Jekyll's like right here. Like Dr. Jekyll's right here. Moneymaker's like, oh, money. It's like down there. Lost Wits, thank you. Credit, how you doing, my man? It truly is thinner up here. You would know. You would know. All right. I got to take a little sippy sip because, again, you guys can hear it in my voice. Red Walrus always... You know I love you. All right. So, we took a long trip together as 4 components driving to Austin. I have never been to Austin, Texas, and I thought it was fantastic to visit. So let me tell you the experience, and the drive, we'll just skip the drive. Who cares? Doesn't matter, right? What matters is that we get to the house, right? We've got 4 components. We've got Bra, we've got Heroes, and we've got Fox. And we arrive at the house, and now it's time to go and get everybody else. So the first person we pick up is Listwitz, who is exactly how you would picture sitting at a train station. If there's anybody in the streaming world that you would picture who sits at a train station, it's gonna be Listwitz. Weird giant cowboy hat, and he is wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Yeah. So he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt, sitting, and he's reading a book. Not a tablet. He's not on Facebook. He's sitting there reading a book. So I pull up, and I'm like, is that Listwitz? Like, because it's weird to say you're starstruck. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird to say that, but I'm looking over, you know, I'm like, is that Listwitz? There's Listwitz sitting right there, right? So I say, hey, what are you doing? And he's like, hey, he takes his hat off, you know, and his hair comes flowing down, you know, and his mustache starts twiddling and stuff. So he gets in, and I'm like, we ain't got no time, we gotta go. So we drive all the way to the airport, and this is where the big kicker for the whole thing starts up. So Dr. Jekyll, Batstash, and Vinny, they're already at the airport. They have met each other at this point. They know we're en route. So we pull up, and I'm like, there's Dr. Jekyll standing right there. Screw Batstash, I know who he is. Screw Vinny, definitely, because he's got a tasty butthole. But there's Dr. Jekyll standing right there. So I'm like, this is awesome, right? So they get in, and the first thing out of their mouths is hella dumpers. Like, that's the first thing they say. They don't say, hi, how are you? How was the trip? What's going on? Why does this guy smell like Belgian beer? None of that stuff. No, not at all. It is strictly hella dumpers. We like Texas. That's it. That's all they say. Hella dumpers. What's going on, Delv? How you doing, Girly Pants? But yeah, that is exactly how it is. Delv, you're my streamer crush. Hey, I thought we had something, dildo. But anyway, so that's what it was. And I'm like, hella dumpers. Let's get the F out of here. So we get out of here, and we get back to the house, and this is where it starts getting weird and interesting, at least from my perspective. So we've got a house full of people, you know, Fox, Heroes, Nick, and Vinny. You know, I've known them before. We've hung out before. So it's great to see them.
I'm with LBM chick. I need what's a dumper?
We'll get to that. But you know, I've seen him before, but it's amazing to see him again. It's like seeing family again with those guys. I'm not saying Listwitz, Jekyll, or anybody else, but like Heroes, Fox, Vinny, and Nick. It's truly like seeing my family I haven't seen in a while. It truly is. Nick and Vinny, they are. It's like if we lived anywhere in the similar area, they would be like people I would consider like my brothers and family. It's a true thing. Like that's a fact statement out of that. Fox and Heroes, I love just as much, but they're way too foreign to get what these Americans are talking about. Know what I mean? Salad boy eating salad at Chick-fil-A. And then Heroes is like, I don't know what this is. But again, like I said, it felt like family. And then I'm sitting at this table, you know, and I'm exhausted at this point. I'm sitting at this table, I'm looking, I'm like, there's fucking Listwitz. Like, you know, like they're all drinking, you know, they're drinking, and I'm not drinking anything, and I'm just sitting there, you know, like, there's Listwitz just standing right there eating pizza. Like it's so weird. It's so weird. Like
look at him. Look at him eat like
yeah.
people.
Look at him eat like people. You know, it's so weird. I'm like, there's Listwitz right there, and Listwitz, like you guys don't get it. On his show, he looks like a normal person, but he is a giant. I mean, it's like
a very tall man.
Listwitz, hey, I'm going to the bathroom. And he's like, I'm going to ask you a trivia question on the way there. No! Like, it's ridiculous. And then I look over, and there's Dr. Jekyll. I mean, and Dr. Jekyll wears a hat. Like, he always wears a hat. I to this day, I've never seen the top of his head. I really haven't. I haven't. I bang him from the back. But when I met him, he had a hat on. When he's sitting there, he has a hat on. And when we wake up in the morning, he has a hat on.
Yeah, it was Jizzy's Streamer Zoo.
Yeah, it really was. But like he's never not had a hat. I don't know if he has hair. I don't know if he has like, you know, that like some kind of like
it's blue on top.
Yeah, like maybe it's like a yarmulke hole or something. I don't know. I've never seen the top of his head, but he's sitting there, right? And he's got that hat on, you know, and he's sitting there and he's like sipping his beer, you know, and just being fucking cool, you know, like. He's cool. Like, he's the kind of cool I want to be. He's the kind of guy that, like, leans up against a post in a busy city and just smokes. Flicks the ashes wherever he wants, you know, and flicks off cops. Like, that's how cool Jekyll is. And he's just sitting there, you know, and he's like, yeah. Like, that's it. He doesn't say anything. Highly unconversational, just like, yeah. And I'm sitting there like, this is so cool. There's Jekyll right there, you know. It's awesome. So, the first night was not uneventful, but it was just sort of like a get-together, you know. It was cool.
Everybody's exhausted from traveling.
Right. Dr. Headmeat is pure platinum. Yes. But anyway, so it's just fantastic just to be able to see everybody behind the scenes, right? All right. So, let's skip to Friday. Friday, we are just starting to get to how we want to build the stream. Okay, so we go to Walmart. No, the first stop is Cracker Barrel, because Cracker Barrel is an amazing institution, but they don't have that out west. They don't have them at all. So anytime we get together, Nick and Vinny are like, Cracker Barrel, bro. We're going to Cracker Barrel, bro. So we go to Cracker Barrel. Everybody has a great old time.
Cake breakfast.
Yeah, it's fantastic, right? So we're sitting around, we're eating, and
we'll never know, LBM.
Fox is right here, and then there's Jekyll, and then there's Listwitz, and there's Nick, and it's just like, it's starting to get real, you know? It's like, because the first night I was, to better word, jet lagged, right? And I was starting to get real, like, these are people that I watch, you know? It's like really, really fucking cool, right?
Look at them being people.
Look at them being human beings. And then we go to Walmart, because they don't have those in California apparently either. They damn sure don't have them overseas. So me, Listwitz, and Jekyll, yeah, we're the only ones that go. we're the only ones that go to Walmart apparently. So we take them to Walmart, and that's when it's kind of cool, because you get all these nerds, and we all start toy hunting.
Together.
Yeah.
Like people.
Yeah, like humans. So we all start toy hunting, and we didn't have a basket or a buggy, depending on where you are, at all,
because
right?
You never think that far ahead.
Right. And we start dividing and going to different sections, you know? And we meet up at the toy aisle, and at this point, Nick has picked up a basket, right? And we start loading up. We start loading up different toys in different sections of the basket, because that's where everybody, you know, it's like, okay, this front section, that's mine, this is Heroes, this is Nick's, or whatever. And then we go to the Halloween section. We start picking up props and things for the show, you know, because Jekyll's a little bit more horror than we are, so we got to have to incorporate it, right? And then it's like, time for some food. And at this point, we get a separate basket just for food. And when I say food, I mean beer, right? So the first stop is right at the damn... oh, no, hang on. Before that, we cut through the media section, And then right on the back side of the media section is the dog food, the dog, cat food, all that stuff. And they actually have pet outfits that are right there, right? And Fox is near me, and he goes, "Hey, look at that boy." By the way, when I'm not sick, I can do a flawless Fox.
Yeah, he learned.
Yeah, right. Fuck Texas, mate. Anyway, so right there are dog outfits, and he points at it, and I'm like, "Oh, that's funny."
Okay, LBM chick, I can explain this. When we say basket, we mean buggy. We mean like shopping cart.
Shopping
like
cart. Shopping cart. Right.
So I can do that.
No
one.
trolleys. Beer and chips only. Beer is food. Just It's true. It is. But we're at the dog outfits, right? And Fox points at this little tiny sombrero for your dog, right? And I go, "Dude, if you wear that tonight, I'll buy it." And he goes, "Okay." That was what he said, right? And I go, "Oh, I didn't tell you. That's all you're going to be wearing tonight." And he goes, "Okay."
In America, it's called a cart. In the South, it's called a buggy.
A trolley? No, a trolley's something you ride on in San Francisco while you get rice-a-roni. Like, that's not a... Anyway, so anyway, we get the... I know, right? Everybody's so against Texas. Texas is amazing. It's fucking huge. It's awesome. Like, they're all against it. Boogie, there you go. They're all against it. I'm not. Fox, Listwitz, Jackal, all them, you go hate on them. Anyway, so... I pick up the sombrero, I put it in my buggy, and I'm telling Fox this is all you're going to wear. And if you guys do watch the section of the show when Moneymaker's on, it's just on for a little bit. Fox is outside the window, and he has placed that little sombrero over his naughty bits, and he is pressing against the window, and he's like, "Ah, boy, look at me, I'm potty boy." And that was it. But what's funny is that he was standing there for longer than anybody noticed, and he fell into the window, right? So I'm waiting. I've actually got like pictures from the side, right? And I'm waiting, and I see him, and nobody can see him, right? And all of a sudden he goes, "Go, go, go, go," because he fell against the window and his sombrero almost slipped off. Why the Scotland flag? Because I am the Scottish banana. Anyway. So we then go to the beer section where, like, the entire bottom of the cart was nothing but beer. And that was all for Nick. Because if you don't know, that dude can pound some beers. Vinny can too, no, nothing about it. But if you watch the show, Nick will come out, or Bad Stash will come out just to pound a beer and then leave. Like, that's his statement on a thing.
It's still a mystery.
Like,
do we know what a dumper is yet?
Oh, no, we're not there yet. You gotta stay tuned. You gotta stay tuned. Did you clean the window? No, I'm not gonna clean the window. That's not how we roll.
Forevermore.
Did Fox fall off of something? Yeah. No, all right. We didn't have a ladder. So we took a bench and then like a 2-step stool and stood it outside the window so that he could go up and stand. And apparently British don't have good balance. I was too busy doing other things to help him. So he's out there. He's outside naked. Okay. You got to picture this. A British man walked by the stream fully clothed, went outside where there's neighbors, by the way, got completely nude, placed a sombrero over his junk, and then climbed. Now picture this, okay? All right, so naked with a sombrero, and then he's got to step up, okay? He's got to step up onto the damn thing, which meant his butthole was to the ether, dude. It was way out there. His bare ass was out in the world. Oh, mad props to Fox. But anyway. So we go to the beer, we load up on beer, and not a lot of eventful things happen in Walmart. We had a good time. It was fun. And then we go to Party City to get more props. And let's see, what was it? Oh, so we needed to make a mobile cloner, okay? And I don't have any cardboard. We don't know where any cardboard is, right? So I'm like, you know what? I bet we could rob, like, outside of the Party City of their cardboard. They don't need it, right? Well, it also turns out that everybody locks their dumpsters in Austin. I had no idea. Did you know? I didn't know.
I've never gone into somebody's dumpster to know it's locked.
Right. Well, they lock their dumpsters in Austin just for all you people to know. So I asked the store employee, you know, and I'm wearing my eggplant hat at the time that I found because I identify as eggplant, but now I identify as banana. Ask me later. So I'm wearing my eggplant and I say, "Excuse me, sir." And he turns around. He's like, "Okay, this is going to be interesting."
Yes,
and I say,
LBM chick, that is completely factual true.
"Yes." And I say, I'm looking for some cardboard. Picture an eggplant. I don't know where it's at, but picture an eggplant on my head, and I go, I'm looking for some cardboard. Do you mind if I rummage through your dumpster? And he goes, hang on, let me go ask my manager. So he goes off, and he comes back and goes, yeah, it's cool. And I can't think if it was me or the eggplant that was actually more intimidating. I don't know if it was me, be like, give me your cardboard, or if it was more like, that crazy sumbitch is wearing a eggplant in the store and asking me for cardboard. One of the two. Anyway, so they let us do that. One of the funny things was when we were at Walmart, Nick grabs a giant bag of warheads, a huge bag, like what you give out for Halloween candy. There it is. Like you give it out for Halloween candy, a giant one. And I go, dude, you must really like those. He goes, no. You ever just want something sweet?
After you drink that much beer, I can...
Okay. And he goes, yeah, this is candy for everybody. Literally, we opened this giant bag, 3 pieces were taken, and that was it. And now I have it. Like, ridiculous. But I like that idea of, you ever just want something sweet? At least he's considerate. You want to buy some cardboard? Yeah, boy. Oh, hell, we're... Anyway, so we go back. And we start prepping for the stream. And what that means is we sit down, we work out how everything's going to play out, who gets what segment, and how we're going to do it. Because initially we had a different plan, but that fell through. It didn't work. We had more people planned. That didn't work. Just time and all that crap. But so anyway, we're sitting down and we're thinking about it. And Fox and Listwitz are building the contraptions and building their lists and stuff. And I'm working on the script. And me and Jekyll are working on the script. And I'm like, this is really, really cool. Just sitting back and checking it out. But my awe moment comes a little bit later. So here's the behind the scenes story, and this will be the flashback Friday for this week, okay? So I think it was on Tuesday after Moneymaker's show. No, it had been Wednesday. It was Wednesday after Moneymaker's show because I didn't want him to accidentally spoil anything. So I message him, okay? And I say, hey, dude, what are you doing this Friday? What are you doing? And he goes... oh, not much, bro, just being geek to sheekin'. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like, what do you think about being on the show? And he goes, yeah, sounds great. And if you watch Moneymaker's show, you heard his perspective of he thinks he's going to Skype in, right? So I think it was Thursday night, right before I went to bed, I texted Money and I said, hey, dude, we're close to you. We would like you to be on the show, right? And at that point, Money goes, what? Like, you could hear it. You could hear Moneymaker's voice go, what? And I go, no, listen, we're really close. We want you to come in. We want you to be on the show. Will you do it? And he goes, yeah, that sounds cool, right? All right. So cut to Friday. We're building all the props and all that. Moneymaker is set to be there. And we're trying to figure this out, right? So Money's coming. We know he's coming. And Vinny says, maybe I should answer the door because he didn't know who I am. I go, Moneymaker watches everybody stream. He knows exactly who you are. He knows your facial features. He knows that you don't have any sideburns ever. You just, sort of razor in the truck on the way to work and you never, flaunt anything on your face. You're always clean shaven. You never have any different hair. That's fucking Vinny. Everybody knows, okay? It's not going to work. And then I have this epiphany and I say, what if Dr. Jekyll answers the door? Moneymaker, if you don't know, loves Dr. Jekyll. Like, with the passion of I love Ozzy from Moneymaker's show. Like, he loves Dr. Jekyll. So we're hyping this up, and Jekyll has to be ready for the show anyway. So he is in full Dr. Jekyll outfit. And let me tell you my reaction first, okay? So he says, all right, I'm going to get ready. And I'm like, whatever, guy who always wears a hat. So he goes off, and he comes back. And when he walks into the kitchen, there is Dr. Jekyll standing in the kitchen. Like, the guy you see every Thursday, bow tie, lab coat, burn marks in the lab coat, hair, mustache, glasses, Dr. Jekyll. And he doesn't come as the guy in the hat. No. He's all, oh, hello, everyone. He comes in as Dr. Jekyll. And I'm like, this is fucking amazing.
The mystery is solved. The hat keeps his head warm.
Ah! Well, I got you. Yeah, that's something else. That's something else about Jekyll. Long sleeves everywhere he went. It's hot in Texas.
So he's like me.
It's hot in Texas.
I'm always
like,
cold-natured, too.
If you ask Nick or Vinny, they've never experienced humidity ever. Texas has humidity. Texas has heat. Jekyll got long sleeves and a hat all the time. I've never seen any part of his skin except his hands and his face. Literally. And I spent 4 days with him. It's crazy. I snuck into his room so that I could smell his hair, hat on, while sleeping. Anyway, so Jekyll comes in the kitchen, and I'm like, it's Dr. Jekyll. Like, I had this weird, like, fanboy moment, right? And I know right then, that's who's going to answer the door. So this is the Moneymaker tell. And I'll tell it, and then I'll show it. Okay? You guys ready for this? All right. So this is how it worked. Moneymaker texts me. He says, dude, I'm 5 minutes from your house. And I'm like, all right, cool. Here we go, right? So I've got, I think it's it's Fox. Fox is at the window, and he sees Moneymaker pull up, right? And Moneymaker he's texting me, and he says, all right, bro, I think we're here. And I'm like, yeah, you're here. And that's all I give him, right? He's expecting me to come out and be like, hey, Money, you're not going to get raped. Come on in. Like, that's what he's expecting. And I'm not going to give him that. No. No satisfaction for Moneymaker, right? So you've got Fox. He's peeling down the blinds. I'm like, Fox, get away from the blinds. Heroes has got his camera ready behind the door. He's being all weird, like, he's like, oh, no, this is best angle. Whatever. So, and we've got Jekyll at the door, right? And Jekyll's pacing back and forth, like a tomcat about to stalk his prey. And so I'm back there, and Money and Ozzy get out. They relay the message. They're both out the car. Are they walking? No, they're not walking. Why aren't they walking? I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, walk to the door. You're Moneymaker. Stop being scared, right? So Moneymaker and Ozzy finally, after a long ass time, they were probably outside 5 minutes. And I'm like, come in, knock on door, stop being pussy. Like, I get it. Listen, I totally get it. If somebody invited me 5 days in advance to come to their house, it'd be a little sketchy. I'm on your side, Money. But as me, I'm like, get your ass in the damn door, right? So they finally make their way to the door. They're like, he's coming, right? And I'm like, whatever. Jekyll's answering the door. So I've got my camera, Heroes has got his camera, and Jekyll's ready to go. And right before he got there, I said, Moneymaker's going to cry. And I don't have it on film that I know of. Heroes might, but I don't. I said, Moneymaker is going to cry. He's going to cry when he sees this. It is going to make him tear up, right? So Jekyll opens the door. Moneymaker is ready. He's ready. I mean, he's ready for an ass whooping, right?
He's got some fight or flight instincts kicking in.
Ozzy's right behind him, ready to whoop some ass. He opens the door, and Jekyll goes, oh, hello. Like, just like that, and he goes, oh, my God. Like, he had to reach out to touch him. He's like, is it a hologram? Is Tupac messing with me? He couldn't figure it out. Like, he is just shocked in awe at this. And I'm like, I'm over here, I'm like, little inner girl. I'm screaming inside. I'm like, oh my God, yes. So he comes in, and it's not on my camera, it may be on Heroes, but he comes in, he sees Listwitz, he sees me, he sees Batstash, he sees everybody, Heroes, and of course S-Fox, who's the Rocket League champion. He sees everybody, and he does like this. He goes, this is crazy, y'all. And he wipes a tear. Ah! All right, so for today's Flashback Friday, I'm going to show you that video. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Moneymaker meeting Dr. Jekyll for the very first time in persona. It's only short, so listen.
The door is literally defective, I'm sorry.
You're kidding me.
It's a money
Holy
maker.
shit.
It's
What
money
is
maker.
It's
the
money maker. What's up, man?
How you doing?
So it's a quick video, it's short or whatever, but you can see how happy Moneymaker was at that point. He's just like,
this is crazy.
he was not ready for it. Now, let me tell you the backside of that story, okay? All right, so Money and Ozzy were very hesitant coming to knock on the door, mainly because I didn't come out to greet him because I wanted that experience with Jekyll, right? If you couldn't tell in the clip, but very faintly, Ozzy in the back is actually holding a giant bottle of liquor, okay? It is actually brewed in Texas, okay? So they get in, we say hello, we all meet in the kitchen to talk about the stream. Ozzy says, hey, I brought this for you. And I go, that's fantastic. Wait a minute. You guys were hesitant to come in, yet you brought a gift? What was this? It was either we're getting killed or we're having fun. They threw a 50-50 coin in the air and happened to win. Is that how people in Waco do it? Because that's not how we do it in North. But yeah, it was absolutely crazy. Ended up being very delicious. I think it was a plum-based rum. We drank a lot of it that night. I still got some. I want to have it on a future show, but fantastic stuff. But I love the fact that they brought a beverage to a possible killing/rape factory. Speaking of that, we got to get to the rape casinos, but I'm probably not going to get that today. At least they didn't bring alien vodka. I almost broke it out, but I decided not to. But anyway.
You decided you want people to have fun.
Right. So anyway, they come in and we start talking about how we got the stream set up. And of course, I open up the show, or Bra opens up the show, and I'm there. And let me tell you my experience. Okay, so I knew everything was going to happen, right? Obviously. And I'm sitting there and I've got this sock in my mouth, okay? And this sock, let you know, it was clean. I think Jekyll bought them because he forgot to bring socks. I don't know. Apparently people in hell don't have socks. So we took...
His head is the only place that gets cold.
Right, exactly.
The rest of it.
We took a fresh sock, okay, and we put it in my mouth, and I've been under the pillow.
Your face was priceless money.
I know, right? So I've had the sock in my mouth while the intro was playing. I killed the intro. I had my phone in my pocket, right?
I know, you gotta see all these guys together. It just makes you smile.
Yeah. And then I pull down the pillowcase, right? The whole time, if you ever had anything in your mouth for a very long time, you start to slobber. Know what I mean, Lethal? So the sock is filled with my saliva because bra's taking too long. So he's taking, I mean, he's supposed to, right? But he's taking a while. So it's starting to fill up, right? He pulls it off. He takes it out. Right? And then he puts it back in, and then he takes the hood off of S-Fox, right? Everybody's like, S-Fox, right? And then Fox starts talking. He takes that slobbery sock and puts it in his mouth. And you can watch my reaction. I go, oh my God. Like, I didn't know what to do. I really didn't know what to do. Because, you know, I'm not tied up, but I was like fake tying up, and I didn't want to kill the illusion.
I'm totally real tied up.
I'm like, he just put a sock that's been in my mouth for like 3-4 minutes, soaked in my slobber in Fox's mouth.
Well, now you and Fox are slobber brothers.
We were before. And then Fox didn't go, boy. He just goes, wow, the showmanship. Oh, and let me speak a little bit about fucking Heroes, right? So the joke is that Heroes was tied up, but he had a Jupiler, right?
He kept drinking it.
No, not that. I told him, I said, okay, after Bro is doing his introduction and all that, you take one hand up, open it, and then do this. No, as soon as I stop the intro music, you can hear, the screen is still black. Way to fail, Heroes! But Heroes made up for it a little bit later. I'm like, you should wait. That way it's in front of the screen. It was still black. Hilarious. So listen for it if you go watch. Hepatitis is for friends. I like you, Fox. Anyway, so my segment ends, and then that's when Batstash comes on. And, you know, for the most part, whoever watched Nerdfest last year, they knew that Nick and Vinny, anytime Fox and Heroes are around, they're going to be there. You know, those guys are family to me. They truly are. I mean, I don't have to tell a joke. I don't have to do some weird story. Those guys are truly family. When I saw them again, pulling up at the airport, a little part of me went, oh. Like, I'm not even joking. It really felt like home again. The same when I saw Fox and Heroes. Same difference. So they came on. They did their thing. I was back working with Moneymaker. I didn't get a whole lot of time to watch the segment. But, dude, watching Average open up toys, the dude doesn't open anything. If you watch Batstash every other Friday, he'll be on next Friday, he doesn't open anything. He doesn't ever open anything. And he bought stuff specifically to open for that show. So a little part of him died by doing that show. It was fantastic. So they get off, and then that's when it's time for Listwitz to come on. And we knew he was going to run the list. That was part of it. And I had been talking to him for almost a full day at this point, and I helped him design part of the list, okay? There's a speaker system right next to the television. I'm leaning on the speaker behind the camera, right? And I am watching a guy who I've watched for 2 years develop his show into a pure, solid, flawlessly ran game show. I'm standing and I can almost touch him. There he is. There's Listwitz, a guy you can watch every now Wednesdays and Saturdays on YouTube and Twitch playing amazing game shows right there. Right there. And it's one of those awe moments, you know? Like, I'm just standing there. They're all in the kitchen trying not to make noise. And I'm just standing there like, this is absolutely freaking incredible, right? It really was. It was a surreal moment at that point. So, Listwitz does his thing. Absolutely great. And then that's when it's time for the Dr. Jekyll, right? They do that transition. Jekyll comes out. The chat goes, ha ha. It's incredible. Jekyll does his thing. He brings up the French onion. But that is when, honestly, Heroes, takes over the stream. At last year's Nerdfest, just us messing around, hanging out in the hotel room, we developed a term called Dr. Upper Decker, okay? Mainly that comes from Fox leaving a mummy turd in the toilet, because apparently in England they don't flush, right? So Fox takes a poo, comes out, forgets to flush, Nick goes in, and it's a mummy turd. So we start having a conversation about it, and then of course, Heroes is the most foreign of us all, but also the guy who we love regardless. We developed the point of, oh no, in Belgium, we take poop in top part of tank. We don't do it at the bottom. That's where our feet go. And for a year, we have had Dr. Upper Decker. There's a guy who pops in here as Dr. Upper Decker. But on Friday, we actually made Dr. Upper Decker. That was Dr. Jekyll's nurse Enema was Dr. Upper Decker, and he honestly stole the show. It was incredible to watch this guy who, I mean, he's been on stream before, but really open up and become this character, and it was beautiful to see how he embraced this to where he actually taught Dr. Jekyll how to do an Upper Decker. Before the show, we were trying to figure out what we were going to do, and Heroes comes up and goes, how about I teach him how to Upper Decker? And I'm like, oh my God, why didn't I think about that? That's brilliant. It's so brilliant to think about that. So we're mapping it out, and Nick comes up behind me and he goes, so you sit in the top part, you put your balls in, dick out, right? And I'm like, dude, you have to come on at this point. So if you watch the show, you have Dr. Upper Decker, Dr. Jekyll, and Batstash all pretending to upper deck right there on the show. And honestly, one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. No, you put your balls in the tank and you put your penis out. And Batstash's like, wait a minute. You mean balls go in the water? Yes, that is where balls go. And you can see Jekyll go, these people are defective. It was fantastic. And behind the scenes, the whole kitchen, me, we're all just like this, just laughing. And so that scene ends, and then it comes time for probably the most surreal moment of the entire night. And that is when Dr. Jekyll opens up a pop. If you've never seen Dr. Jekyll open a pop, it is terrifying. But you are watching it from the comfort of your television, right? You were at home. You were there. Ha ha, funny, look, it's not real because it's on TV. Well, it's real, let me tell you. It's different when 217 holds the saw. They've done this. They've done this for a year, at least a year and a half. They've done this. They open a saw, meow, meow, meow. It's cool. Now you have Dr. Jekyll, a Belgian who's been drinking since noon, who now has power of the saw, or the waz, right? And I'm standing at my speaker, right? I'm standing right here, and I'm watching this, okay? And you see Heroes get all happy, meow, meow, with the saw, and I'm like, oh. And I look over, and you can see Moneymaker in the kitchen, and he is biting his hand like this. He's going... He's not watching Jekyll. He's kind of watching the screen, but he's just like, because it's scary. Like, you watch it on television, you're safe. But when you're there, you can hear the grinding of the wheel. How close skin is to this? Will Dr. Upper Decker fall? Will anything happen? And you see the meow, 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 and I'm like, oh my God. And I look over, and there's everybody in the kitchen going like this. It was absolutely terrifying, but it was so awesome to be able to see that in real life. It was incredible and terrifying all at the same time. I said it over and over again, but it's crazy. It really is. But it's bad when Moneymaker's like, oh. So, Then there's the big thing when Timothy comes back. Timothy and Jekyll have had a long back and forth. That was something we definitely wanted to do. We talked about that ahead of time. That Timothy comes back.
Yeah, Vinny makes a point. It's so scary, but Jekyll doesn't flinch.
That's right, he doesn't. And neither did Heroes. Heroes did a great job. I'm not taking that away from him.
Professional.
Easy access. Exactly. Love your streams. Now to you. Always go. Thank you very much, Jax. It's fantastic to see you. Mainly because when I close my eyes, I see you again. But anyway, I got distracted. All right. So moving on. Now it's time for the Timothy scene, and we knew we wanted to sort of end it on a high note, okay? What's funny is I'm trying to figure out how to work this into the time spacers, because the time spacers are going to hell to pick up Timothy, but Timothy is now loose in Texas. If you didn't watch Dr. Jekyll last night, you need to, because apparently Timothy's at a rave by himself. But anyway, all right. So, the idea was that we were going to skip off into the sunset, right? And we talked about this ahead of time. This was all mapped out. And I said, now it's time for Moneymaker. But Moneymaker doesn't come out. Like, if you watch the transitions, it goes from me to Bad Stash to Listwitz to Jekyll. And it's flawless. Like, if you watch it, the seams cross. There's no gaps. And I said, when Moneymaker comes out, we need a gap. We need a long gap. And so I'm by the speaker, right? We hop off, and then that's it. And everybody's quiet. There's nothing that happens. It's solid quiet. And Moneymaker's right there. I can see him in the kitchen. And I'm watching the counter up here. I'm watching the counter. And it's ticking, and it's ticking, and it's ticking. And a minute goes by, and I think it's Yoda's dream girl. She goes, okay, who's next? Like, she's just kidding, you know? And then it keeps ticking, and it keeps ticking, and it keeps ticking. And now it's a minute 30, and she goes, it's Yoda's dream girl again. She goes, I guess they forgot about us. And it keeps ticking.
5 fucking minute pause.
And it keeps ticking, and it keeps ticking. And everybody thought we forgot to turn it off.
I knew better.
And then that is when we hit the Moneymaker song, and Moneymaker comes shooting out of the cloner. It's a cloner, trust me. Comes shooting out of the cloner, and right there, Moneymaker starts dancing the whole thing to the Moneymaker song that he does every Tuesday. And I was like, this is amazing. This is incredible. Like, I love watching this. If you notice, I'm not on it very much because I'm watching. I'm watching this show. It was incredible to watch. I'm watching this. And then Moneymaker goes right into it. A whole nother week. And I'm like, I've been watching Moneymaker longer than I've been doing this. Moneymaker is a reason why I do this show. I've been doing this for almost 3 years. Yeah, and I watched Moneymaker do it for months prior.
He's got to move.
It was really crazy to see somebody who I looked up to start streaming right there in front of me. It was incredible. And he nailed it. He absolutely nailed it. And one thing funny about the Moneymaker segment is that there was a dude that night who put a flyer on my door, right? Braz comes up, PlayStation, he comes up and he goes, hey man, this is on your door. And I go, oh, we're going to prank call this son of a bitch so bad, you know? So as soon as I showed him the money, he goes, oh, hell yeah, we're going to get that son of a bitch. And I'm like, that is fantastic. So it was so crazy being able to sit back and watch this show as a fan. As a fan of Bastash, as a fan of Dr. Jekyll, as a fan of Listwitz, and a fan of Moneymaker, to be able to sit back and watch this go down was truly the greatest experience of the entire trip. And all I've been talking about for this whole time is just the stream. The thing about Nerdfest is there is a 2 hours and 45-minute stream, okay? That's it. But that's not the end of it. There's so much more to talk about with the thing. It's not a one-day event. It's not a 3-hour event. It is a full weekend event. We don't just stop. We don't sit around and just drink beer at the house. No, we go out, we do stuff, we have experiences, and we have fun. And if you watch if you watch Dr. Jekyll, if you watch Listwitz, you will hear more of those stories that happen on the weekend that don't just reflect on the stream. But anyway, so the stream ends. And it was all fantastic. We sat around, we hung out, we talked, we became more like human beings to each other rather than people we watch on TV every week. And that was really the best part. The best part was getting able to meet these people from all across the globe, because it really was. It was a global event, and it was. I don't know. I don't think that we could ever do it again. But it was absolutely amazing, and I think that everybody played an equal awesome part to make it happen. And I was sitting back and I'm like, I didn't really do anything, you know. I'm just saying, like, what? I couldn't have put this. No, I didn't want to. It was absolutely beautiful, and truly, thank you to everybody who watched. Thank you everybody who came and supported it, because it was hard to watch. It was a long time to get on there. You didn't know what was going to happen. It was difficult to belt buckle in. We know Dan Frode was there though. Dan Frode, Red Walrus, those dudes always here, always support. But yeah. And I know I've missed all your comments tonight, and I do apologize for that, even though we missed all your comments last Friday.
I was yelling at you from my own space.
I know. But I tried really hard to just, keep it flowing for the most part. And again, I'm sorry. We lost Bryce. All right. So anyway, that was the end of the show. We sat around, not a lot of eventful stuff happened. We sat around, we talked about it, and we had a pretty good time. But so let me kick back to night one, and we'll talk about Bryce from my perspective. Okay. So I had been up for probably close to 20 hours, something like that, right? With picking everybody up from airports and driving. I actually drove through Waco. I've never been to Waco before. Actually, very beautiful city. But we didn't get to stop. I wanted to, but we got to drive right past Baylor Stadium. I see why Moneymakers got the hype. It is beautiful. I mean, it is like an actual NFL stadium. It's beautiful. Got to drive through Waco. So I've been up for a while, right? And Vinny keeps leaning over. Vinny has been drinking for a very long time. He's like, why are you still up? And I'm like, shut up, grow some sideburns. He's like, why are you still up? Anyway, I was...
Yoda, how many times did I have to comment I wanted to flex off where they finally did?
I know. This is still Thursday night, right? So I was too tired. I didn't want to drive. And they're like, dude, we got to go to the store. This is before we went to Walmart. We got to get some beers, right? And I'm like, y'all guys can go, but you're not driving. And they're like, we'll walk. Screw it. So the first people to walk is Heroes and Listwitz. And they've never been here. They don't know anything about it, right? And they go off into the ether, right? I think they came back. And when they came back, there wasn't enough beer for Nick, Vinny, and Dr. Jekyll. So those three went out. And I wasn't going to drive them. I was way too tired, right? So they go out. And it's a 22-minute walk. And then a 22-minute walk back, okay? And it was close to an hour and a half, and they're not there. And I'm still awake. People, why are you still up? And I'm like, because I'm responsible for these assholes, right? So I'm like, all right, fine. I'll go look for them. Maybe they got lost. The cul-de-sac is very difficult. There's a lot of navigations and turns. They've been drinking for a while, so I load up and I go out and I start looking, right? And I'm driving around, I'm circling around, and I was probably out for probably 45 minutes, driving up the cul-de-sac, down, back inside the subdivisions, back around, all the way up to 7-Eleven, back around. Couldn't find them. I almost hit a deer, though. I came this close to hitting a damn deer. Like, I'm driving. I've been up for 20-something hours, 21, 22 hours. I'm looking for these people. I don't know where they're at. Did they make a wrong turn? Are they in a ditch? Did they get arrested? I don't know, right? And there's a deer. I'm like, God! Deer! It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, right in the middle of a subdivision. The deer goes,
am I in your way? Pardon.
Walks off, right? So I pull back into the house. I go out. There they are, sitting on the back deck. Be like, hey, what's going on? And they go,
Daddy Jizzy looking for his drunk children.
Yeah! And they go, we almost rode a deer. I go, what? What? And Jekyll, serious, got the hat on, right? Always got the hat on. He's like, yeah. Almost rode a deer. And I'm like, you almost rode a deer? How do you almost ride a deer? And then they tell me the story. There was a herd of deer. And Listwitz and Heroes that saw it earlier. But there's a herd of deer. And they see it. And Jekyll is like, doing his crocodile. No, Rob, watch me. I'm going to get the deer. And he goes over there. And I think he almost touches it, or he does. And the deer runs off. And then starts the story of Bryce. Because I'm like, I said, did you name it? And they go, yeah, we named it Bambi. I was like, that's a stupid name. And then I think it's Vinny. He goes, no, yeah, we named it Bryce. Remember, Vinny's been drinking for forever. Here's the impression of Vinny, right? He goes, yeah, drunk. Like the word drunk doesn't accumulate how bad Vinny was. Look at my banana thing. He goes, yeah. Dude, how tight would it be? They say tight in California. How tight would it be if we would have captured it? We would have brought it back. We would have fed it beer and chips. It would have loved us. We could have put it on the plane, taken it back to California. Imagine this on the stream tomorrow, right? I come in, riding my deer. Whoa, Bryce! Whoa! Good, Bryce. Good, Bryce. Good, Bryce. And he's riding this imaginary deer on the back deck. That's what he's doing for like 15 minutes. You can't calm him down. He's just like, he's all about that Bryce. All about that Bryce. Like, it's crazy. Like, they got so obsessed with this damn deer that they didn't even touch. And I'm sitting there, I've been up for 20 hours, and I'm just like, I am not drunk enough for this shit. I am definitely not drunk. And so I went to bed, and for the next fucking week, they've been talking about Bryce. But he's just, yeah, I'm the banana guy. Anyway, but absolutely crazy. And we didn't even get to the stream at that point. That was just night one with with this damn deer. And then we talked about putting it on a plane and then bringing it home to Sunshine. He's like, Sunshine, I got you a deer. Hold on, Bryce. It's okay. She's cool. She's cool. Absolutely crazy. All right. I'm only going to do a short show tonight. My voice is kind of terrible. So on Monday, I'm going to tell you guys what happened on Saturday and Sunday during Nerdfest. But I'll tell you this. If you're talking about pissing yourself, thank you, Jonesy. Bryce! All right. So let me tell you about the piss myself moment, because Dr. Jekyll touched on it last night. This was the last night we were all together, right? So we go... There was the story about Planet K, which I'll tell probably on Monday. All right? But we go to Planet K... Leave it at that, and I find some cigars. I had a cigar that I loved to smoke a long time ago, couldn't find anymore, so I found this new brand called Psycho. Psycho is actually 7 different brands of tobacco, different flavors rolled into one. So every time you puff on it, you get a different flavor, different sensation, so it's sort of like ever-changing, right? So I decided to get some cigars, and we're going to have a cigar last night there, right? So we're all sitting around. Listwitz is really enjoying his cigar, and... We're sort of like, we're sad, we're happy. You know how it goes, right? You know, it's the last night. You know, it's like right before the family goes back to Istanbul, right? So you're all sad. And we're sitting around, you know, me and Jekyll are swapping cigars. Jealous. We're swapping cigars. Nick and Vinny are swapping cigars. And Listwitz has got his own because, I mean, he's halfway through that damn thing. That dude can puff. All right. So, I can't remember where... I think Heroes was sitting in this chair right next to me. So, here's Jekyll. Here's Nick, Vinny, Listwitz. And I think Heroes is right there. So, Fox is standing right here, okay? Fox is standing like right next to me. And this is how he's standing. All right? Let me put my banana on. There we go. All right. This is how he's standing. I got to watch this because I'm wearing this traditional. So, he's leaning just like this. He's got this Captain Morgan stance, okay? He's leaning... And, like, my head is, like, right here, okay? It's at that point that Fox lets out the wettest fart that I have ever heard in my life. I mean, it is like, super juicy. And it's, like, right next to my face, right? And he's just, like, Fox, if you don't know, he doesn't talk very much. You know, when he talks... He means it. Like, it is hilarious or serious, and that's about it. Fox is very silent. He's a silent observer. And when he talks, it is perfect, right? So Fox just stand there. Listen, we're all just bullshitting, right? And if you have kids, they don't need to hear this part. We're going to cross boundaries, so earmuffs, okay? So, super I mean, beyond juicy. It was like he put a bottle of water in his butt and then, like, held it in. I mean, it was bad, right? Nick, from over there, looks him dead in the eyes and goes, and we're all drunk, he goes, did your pussy just fart? I mean, and everybody just starts laughing. I mean, it is hilarious, and Fox is just like he didn't know what to say. Everybody is just rolling so hard, just... Did your pussy just fart? Fox goes and stomps back inside. He goes back inside. We're all out there laughing. Damn it, Nick, that was hilarious. We're high-fiving across the table. Listwitz spits cigar ash everywhere. Dr. Jekyll almost lost his hat. He didn't. Came very close. Vinny's laying on the table just banging. Heroes is being Belgium. It was hilarious, right? But that's not the funny part. I know! So, we're laughing for maybe 2 minutes, right? Fox comes back out, and he has a maxi pad covered in ketchup. And he goes, yeah, boy, and throws it at Nick. Dude, done! Everybody just lost their asses at that point. when I say Fox is calculated with his jokes, he waited all week to plant a wet pussy fart on everybody and then throw a bloody ass maxi pad on top of Nick. Oh my God, dude. It was like the cherry on top of the entire week. That was it. Everybody went to bed crying of laughter. It was absolutely insane. Fox, you're the man. It was incredible. Somebody said, I think at Jekyll, why didn't you record that? You can't record that. That is something you could only experience, and you really only want to experience it once. Moneymaker crying, that's different, but a wet fart this far from your head and then a bloody maxi pad, oh my God, insane. So yeah, I mean, if you're if you're talking like, and Jekyll, we were talking later, Jekyll goes, that was it. That was my number one of the entire weekend. And I'm like, dude, like Fox maybe said 30 words during the entire weekend. I was with him for 5 days, okay? And he said maybe 30 words, and there you go, boy. And then through that, just absolutely done. And like I said, all I've told you about is the little bit of Thursday, the little bit of Friday. We still got Saturday and Sunday to go. Probably gonna do that on Monday. All right, so the last thing I'll leave you with is my first experience with Heroes on the trip, okay? This is how the entire thing started, all right? So Exactly. So this is how it started, right? I pick up Heroes and Fox at the airport. They are playing like Tiddlywinks or something. I don't know what foreign people play. They're playing this together. They're the only people there because I picked them up super early, right? And so we load up, and I told them, I said, hey guys, I'm gonna stop for coffee, okay? Because I need coffee for the drive down. And they go, okay, cool, right? So we pull into a gas station, I want to say 20 minutes later, okay? I'm going to get some coffee. I'm going to fill up. We're going to be on the road to go, right? So this is a gas station that is open, okay? This is also a coffee shop. It's a Dunkin' Donuts that is open, right? Their lights are on. We get out. I go to the pump. PlayStation, he goes inside. And I think Fox sort of hung out with me a little bit because you know how me and Fox got that going on. And I look over, and Heroes is just wandering into the darkness. That's where he's going, right? All I see is a hoodie and Heroes' head just fade off into almost darkness. And I'm like, where is he going? Like, I had no idea. I didn't know if that's some kind of Belgian ritual whenever you land in a foreign land. I don't know, right? But he went over to the damn tire air fill-ups and just starts peeing. Like, he is in this country for like an hour, and he's already peeing all over it. And I'm just like, dude, there's a bathroom in there. He goes, I didn't know it was open. Why didn't you ask? Like, what? Can you imagine if I flew to Belgium and the first thing I did was go piss on an air pump? Like, that was his first initial thing. And I'm like, this is how the entire weekend is starting. So a lot of people have small bladders, right? And it's a long trip, you know? I think it was 10 hours, something like that. So it's a long trip, right? So we got to stop multiple times. And PlayStation Bros says the best thing ever, the first stop, right? We got to stop. We got to get some coffee, got to get some gas, right? So we stop, pull up, and Heroes is in the back, and PlayStation goes, hey, Heroes, there's an air pump for you to go pee by. Done! Absolutely done! So for the rest of the trip, every time we pulled into a gas station, we go, Heroes, you go there. We're going inside to pee. You do your thing. We'll do ours. Absolutely incredible. Oh, it's Spanker in here. What's going on, Spanker? Good to see you, buddy. Hope everything's going well with you. But yeah, it's absolutely crazy. There are so many more stories. Hopefully my voice will be a lot better on Monday.
So you can prove your new Fox impression.
So I can prove my new Fox impression and all that kind of stuff. In Europe, you just wander the dark outback before pee.
Because you can't find bathrooms in the fog.
No, you really can't. Oh my God. What's going on, Demon Bunny? I saw you in here. What's going on, Supergirl? I've missed all your comments, and I do apologize. There was just so much to get to tonight, and I think Monday's going to be a lot the same. And D-Guy's back at you. There he is, Mr. Spank. I love that dude. Just piss anywhere in Belgium, apparently. What's going on, Venom Girl? Oh, I'm so sad I missed your stream last night. Real life hangover movie for real. I know, right? So what are dumpers? All right.
Because there's so many. Nobody knows what dumpers are.
I know, right? Exactly.
What the fuck is a dumper?
But yeah, so that's just the first couple of days. I think probably one of the biggest was I took them to the Alamo. That was really fun. And then what was Saturday? I'm trying to remember what the hell we did Saturday. We'll figure it out on Monday. What's going on, Jan? How you doing, buddy? What's with the sound effect? Oh, no, it's, yeah, right, exactly. But again, I rock a flag every single time I do this show. It basically shows love from all across the world. I have over 75 different flags. If you go back and watch some of the archive shows, you'll be able to see the flags that have been rocked in the show previously. Tonight, we're just happening to rocking the Scottish flag, mainly because I'm wearing a kilt. Glad I didn't pick up on that one, because listen, I'm wearing a traditional tonight, and boy, are my balls toasty. The Alamo does not have a basement. I asked. It was sad.
Too.
No, it doesn't. So funny, Fox. Yeah, exactly, right? Hello from Scotland. What's going on, Trav? How y'all doing? That's what we did on Saturday. Oh, listen.
That's a whole story about
I don't have the energy or the voice to tell you what happened on Saturday. Just let you know, it took years off of my life. It really did. That night took years off my life. Fun with Flags, the original. Okay. Yes!
Hey, guy, what's a dumper?
All right. So, like I said, we pull up to the airport, all right? And Vinny and Nick, they don't say hello. They don't say, how are you? How was the trip? Nothing. They just go, hella dumpers in Texas. Hella dumpers. And I'm like I said, I'm sitting behind the wheel. I'm like, what the hell's a dumper? And they go, dumpers, bro. Dumpers.
Like a bathroom?
So that's what I'm going to leave you with. I'm going to leave you with how I felt when I picked up two random-ass Californians.
Will you stop it and just tell us
So
what
I'll tell you guys on Monday. I want you to have a fantastic rest of your Friday. Have a fantastic weekend. I love each and every one of you. I'm so glad you're here. We will be back on Monday. There's a lot of stuff to watch out there. Make sure you go out there. Tonight, I am the Banana Braveheart. Aye! Banana Braveheart coming to get ya. You gotta look out for me sword. There you go. So again, have a fantastic weekend. Let me give you a banana nerd circle. Ready? 3, 2, 1, potassium. Have a great one. I will see you on Monday. Not Mandy, Monday.
Although she's in here.
I know.
It's a dirty effect of
4.0.
4.0.
To beatbox.
Please tell us. Ruin the surprise, please.
It's a nerdy effect.
4.0.
Nerdy effect.
Not the dose, not the dose. 4.0.
Go watch Lethal Stream.
PM what? She says 9 PM. I don't know what 9 PM.